is Captain Phillip with Airworthy Tours, and we're on a live movie set. And that is because today's tour will be of the major film studios of Sony, Paramount, Universal, Warner Brothers, and Disney, where we'll find out how some of your favorite movies came to life. But before we get started, please subscribe to the channel to be a part of future aerial tours. We are clear for takeoff, so grab your camera and enjoy the tour. We begin our tour in Culver City, California with Sony Pictures Studios. The facility was the original backlot of MGM Studios from 1924 to 1986, and was the studio lot where The Wizard of Oz was filmed and produced. In 1989, Sony bought Columbia Pictures and formed Sony Pictures Entertainment. That same year, Sony acquired the studio complex from Lorimar Telepictures and poured hundreds of millions of dollars into renovating the buildings and facilities, eventually naming the complex Sony Pictures Studios. Today, the complex has 18 stages, ranging in size from 7,500 to 30,000 square feet, and houses Sony Pictures Entertainment and its film divisions of Columbia Pictures, TriStar Pictures, and Screen Gems. Sony Pictures Studios currently produces the hit shows of Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, The Goldbergs, and my favorite show, Shark Tank. Our next stop is Paramount Studios, which is the only major studio actually based in Hollywood. Founded on May 8, 1912, Paramount is the second oldest film studio in the United States and the fifth oldest in the world. Paramount's iconic logo of the mountain and the stars were created by one of its founders, W. Hawkinson, based on the mountain peak he remembered from his childhood in Utah. And the 22 stars represent the first 22 actors Paramount had on contract. Today, the studio is 65 acres and has 30 stages. Some of cinema's most historical and iconic movies were produced by Paramount Pictures, including The Ten Commandments, Psycho, The Godfather Trilogy, Apocalypse Now, Star Trek, the Friday the 13th franchise, the Indiana Jones franchise, Forrest Gump, Braveheart, Saving Private Ryan, and Titanic. In 2014, Paramount Pictures became the first major Hollywood studio to distribute all of its films in digital form only. Los Angeles is also the leader of productions for the U.S. television and mass media industries. Below is Television City, where CBS is currently producing the shows of The Late Late Show with James Corden, The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful, and The Price is Right. While most of the mass communication and television companies are headquartered in New York City, many of them have large studios in Los Angeles, including NBC, Fox, CBS, and ABC. Our next stop is Universal Studios. Universal was founded on April 30th, 1912, making it the oldest studio in the United States, with the Universal backlot opening on March 15th, 1915. Today, the Universal Studios backlot is made up of 400 acres, which includes more than 30 sound stages and 165 separate structures. And it even has a full-fledged theme park with Universal Studios Hollywood, which has over 20 attractions and a studio backlot tour. Universal would make its name in the film industry in the 1930s by creating the horror monster classics of Frankenstein, Dracula, The Mummy, and The Invisible Man. The 70s and 80s would see it produce the pop culture classics of Jaws, E.T., The Extraterrestrial, and Back to the Future, which are three very influential films for me. Today, Universal is a blockbuster machine due to its high-grossing movie franchises of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, The Fast and the Furious, and Despicable Me. According to Deadline, in 2019, its movies sold 1.2 billion tickets and earned $3.7 billion at the box office. Heading out to Burbank, California, which will be the area of the remainder of the tour. Burbank is billed as the media capital of the world due to the large number of studios headquartered in the city's limits. A couple of studios based in Burbank that did not make the tour include Nickelodeon Animation, Cartoon Network, and New Line Cinema. Ahead is Warner Brothers Studios. The studio was founded on April 4th, 1923 by brothers Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack Warner. Since its founding, Warner Brothers has developed a vast library consisting of 10,000 feature films and 2,400 television programs, comprised of more than 120,000 individual episodes. Some of the most profitable and legendary movies have been produced and distributed by Warner Brothers, including the Harry Potter film franchise, Gremlins, The Exorcist, the Matrix franchise, Goodfellas, Unforgiven, The Departed, I Am Legend, and all the DC comic movies such as Batman the Dark Knight, Aquaman, and Joker. The studio lot is 62 acres with 36 sound stages ranging in size from 6,000 to 32,000 square feet and a variety of exterior sets. In December of 2020, Warner Brothers completely shook the movie industry when the studio announced that it would be releasing its 2021 slate of movies directly to the streaming service of HBO Max. And our last stop is the Walt Disney Studios. Opened on October 16, 1923, Walt Disney Studios has become a conglomeration of many prominent production companies. These include Walt Disney Pictures, Walt Disney Animation, Pixar, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Studios, and Searchlight Pictures. Below is the Disney Animation Building. Opened in 1940, this is where many of the company's legendary animated films, starting with Dumbo in 1941, were crafted. Walt Disney Studios produces, distributes, and markets the films for both theatrical releases and for the Disney Plus streaming services. Walt Disney Studios is the undisputed box office champion. At the time of this recording, the studio has produced and distributed 6 of the top 10 highest grossing films of all time, with Avengers Endgame being Disney's highest grossing film at $2.7 billion. In addition, the 2 highest grossing film franchises of all time, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Star Wars. These 2 franchises have a total worldwide gross of over $32 billion. If you enjoyed today's tour, you can tip your tour guide by hitting the like button. Also, what was your favorite studio on the tour? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for flying with Airworthy Tours, and we look forward to seeing you on our next flight.